Hey everyone, it's Rob from Hypop and welcome back to another video. In this one, we're unboxing the brand new Godox MF12 Macro Flash Light. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this. Hit the notification bell to be updated of any new content we release. Leave a like on the video if it's helped you. Feel free to leave down in the comments section below your thoughts or if you have any questions about the Godox MF12. Follow us on social media at Hypop and visit our website, hypop.com.au. Let's get into it. So I've got with me the brand new Godox MF12 Macro Flash Light. You can see here there's two boxes. Firstly is just the single flash itself, which is called the MF12. And you also have a twin pack here, which is the MF12 K2. So that's a twin light pack. It also has the adapter ring and everything included, as well as a carry case. So let's take a closer look at what's included inside. So in the single pack here that I'm opening up, you can see it comes in a nice little carry pouch, which is great. Godox is really stepping up their game in terms of packaging here. You can see it's got the Godox branding. It's made from a sort of hard case here, or sort of mixture of a soft and hard case. And you can open this up here, and also inside we have the user guide. You've also got a little hot shoe plate. It also has a quarter inch 20 mount at the bottom. You have a, this is called the MF-CS, which is basically the cold shoe holder for the MF12 flash. You've got the MF12 flash itself, and you can see there's also a diffuser here. It's actually removable that you can take off. It's a snap-on diffuser made specifically for the flash. So you can go either bare bulb or using this diffuser to obviously soften the light a little bit better. And you've also got a USB cable here. So this is a USB type A to type C because the flash itself is not powered by AA batteries, but powered with an internal lithium-ion battery, which is definitely a great bonus. So now let's take a closer look and unbox the MF12 K2. So similar to the single unit, it also comes with a carry case. Once again, it's really made from a similar type of material, as you can see from the single flash there. And you can see it's obviously larger to fit all the components. But the great thing about Godox's packaging now, you can see it's a lot more minimal. But on this particular model anyway, they've listed out everything that's included. So it's good to, every time you receive a new package, to just go through and make sure you receive all those accessories. Now we've got a piece of foam here, we'll put that to the side. So just to start off, you've got the two MF12 flashes. You have the little ring that attaches, the lens ring. And you've also got the two cold shoe plates there. And you have a bunch of adapters here to suit different lens threads. So you have the 49mm, 52, 55, 58, 62, 67, 72, and 77mm. Now I believe this particular lens ring here supports up to 82mm. However, there is no 82mm thread adapter included, but it's something that you could potentially purchase aftermarket. In here you have a little box, and this box here includes a bunch of different color filters, which is great. So it has a color effects filter, and you've also got a color temperature adjustment set. It looks like you've got three different types of color effect sets. So you can see at the back there, it actually has the model number, which is the MF11C, MF11C, and then MF11T. So you get two of the 11C and one of the 11T. Sorry, two of the 11T as well. So you can see it's two of each. And you've also got a little snap-on plate here for the front of the flash. There's two of them for the two flashes. And that's to use in conjunction with the color filters there. So you put the color filter on and then you snap it on the front. So that's great. They've included additional accessories like that because, you know, other brands typically would charge you for those accessories. Now you have two cold shoe plates there as well. These are useful for not only desktop mounting, so if it's just on a tabletop like so, but because of the thread there at the bottom, you can mount them to stands. And you have two USB Type A to Type C charging adapters. And lastly, of course, the user guide. Now, quick thing I just noticed with the single kit, it also has listed up here that you get the color effects filters as well, and the color gels. And I just found this little pouch in there too, so that's tucked in there too. It's black in color, so it could be a little bit camouflage, which is why I missed it. But you can see here, it's a little carry pouch. It also has the holder there for the color filters, as well as the MF11C and 11T color temperature and color effects sets. So that's also included with the single kit, but you only receive one of each rather than two of each for the two flashes on the double set. Just running through the main features of the Godox MF12. Firstly, it has an internal lithium-ion battery, which is 1700 milliamps. So that battery allows you to have 500 full power flashes and an output of approximately guide number 16.1 and about 12 watts of flash output. So you can see it's not an entirely super strong flash, obviously due to its size and its use case, which would be macro photography primarily. But you can see here, it is definitely a compact unit, and it has that built-in lithium-ion battery, which is why they provide you these cables here. Now you can actually charge this on the go using a portable power bank or a portable battery, or you can also plug this into any device that provides a 5-volt 2-amp charge. So that's definitely useful, as most people have one of those devices now. You can even perhaps plug it into a laptop of some sort. Now, the great thing about these flashes are obviously their use case. So you'd be using this primarily for macro photography, or even for food photography, or something, a lot of up close work. So it's really great for that. Now, this flash allows a recycle time of 0.01 seconds to 1.7 seconds at full output. You also have a flash duration of 1/1200th of a second, up to 1/34,000th of a second. You also have two modes of flash here. So you've got TTL mode, as well as manual mode. The only caveat, I guess, is if you want to use this, you'd actually need to use some sort of Godox trigger, which is sold separately. So you can see here, I've got the XPro trigger. It also supports the X2 trigger and the older X1 trigger. Now, we've compared those triggers in a video already. So if you want to take a closer look at that one, click the link up above. Now, the Macro Light also has a LED modeling lamp, which is great. So if you're taking photos of really sensitive objects, having that modeling light on allows you to see where the light falls on your subject before taking the shot. It has 10 stops of brightness with the modeling lamp, and the flash itself has 8 stops of brightness. So you can go from 1/128th all the way up to 1/1 or full output. And the light itself is quite light. So it's actually only about 144 grams. And the dimensions are about 7.5 by 6.5 centimeters. So you can see it's a compact light, as you'd expect, especially if you'd be mounting it on the front of a lens here. Now, we've got a smaller camera here, the A6400, with a Tamron lens here, which isn't necessarily a macro lens, but we can show you and demonstrate how to mount this onto the camera itself. You can see here, the light itself is quite nice. I mean, it's made from a plastic build. Even the sort of bracket here that tilts, it's made from plastic, so you just got to be really careful with that. However, all in all, the package and what's included at the price point is definitely great. Now, this is actually competing with a similar type of model from a different brand, which is Yongnuo, and that's the YN24EX, but for Canon only. So that particular macro flashlight, or it also has two lights just like this, is specifically for Canon. Now, the advantage of Godox is obviously that it works with pretty much most camera brands. It has an inbuilt receiver that's compatible with those X triggers. That means you can match it up with the likes of major brands such as Canon, Nikon, Sony, Olympus, Panasonic, as well as Pentax. And yeah, definitely just an overall great light. Now, just to set this up, you can get this cold shoe adapter here. And this is if you're wanting to use it for a sort of tabletop setup. However, if you're wanting to use it along the ring, I'll show you how to do that shortly. You'd have to use these adapters here. But if you're wanting to use it with the cold shoe adapter, all you need to do is just move the tilt bracket out like so, and you can grab this and it actually just sort of slides into place like that, and you'll hear it click, and that basically means it's secure now, and you're now able to either mount this directly to a stand or a camera tripod, as long as it has a 1/4 inch thread. or you slide it into the cold shoe plate here, and there you go. And you can also mount this to a stand or a tripod like so. But there's a lot of times, I guess, or a lot of instances where you'll be taking photos of really close-up objects on a tabletop, perhaps really small. A great example of this would be jewelry photography, or small figurines, or insect photography, or still life photography. Even having this set up on a stand like so, pointing into food photography type situations. So definitely lots of use cases for this particular light. And doing this on the second one here. Okay, so that's your typical setup here. Now, when it comes to your camera, what you'll need is to grab the trigger that's going to be suited to your camera. So we have here the XPro trigger. You can slide that on there, and that's how you'd be able to connect directly with the flashes wirelessly. So that's a great thing too. Now with these flashes, they obviously have groups and channels. So that means you have up to 32 channels, and you have about 6 or so groups that you're able to use. So that means you can pair this up with not only the MF12s, but also other Godox lights too. So if you're wanting to use this in a lighting configuration, you can do that most definitely. Now, if you're wanting to mount this to a lens, I'll quickly show you how to do that. Firstly, you'll need to remove that cold shoe adapter. So you don't need that, because this will slide onto the plate here, as you can see. Now there's a location where you can slide this on. It's actually to the side here. You can press down on this button along the wheel. You can see it has a little arrow indicator. When you can press down on that, it slides in. And then from there, you can hold down on the 2 locking buttons here. Just move it around the ring as you need it. And you'll do that for the second one as well. Same thing, just holding down, clicking that into place, and then sliding it along the ring as you need it. Now what you notice for the mounting ring here is that there's a half sort of semicircle ring there that slides into the lens adapter that you'll be using. So with this particular case, we'll be using the Tamron 17 to 70 mil here, and it's 67 mil thread. So we'll grab that. And that's really easy. Even if you have a filter of some sort on the front, that easily still screws on there. And just screw to tighten to make sure that's secure, because you have the entire weight of this set up here on the front of your lens. Now all you need to do is actually just that open semicircle part from the lens, from the speed ring there, you just slide that in. And there you go. So that's pretty much your setup there, and then you can obviously just adjust it as you need, and you can also move the lights around as you need to. Now there's a couple of things that we did notice with this particular setup, especially if you have it in this particular configuration here, where you have 2 that are sort of at the left and right diagonals of the speed ring. Depending on, I guess, your use of the light itself, it tends to get quite loose here at the adapter when it's mounted to the lens, and then sometimes it sort of just slides down like you saw there, because it loses tension when mounted. So if you're shooting and then all of a sudden the actual light will do that. Now Godox have come up with a solution to this, which is something that they'll be releasing soon, and that's basically rubber stoppers on the inside of this lens ring here, and you just basically attach it into that part there. It doesn't come straight out of the box. I believe they may change that in future packages, but that's something to take note of. You don't actually encounter that issue if it's evenly balanced on either side like that. So you can see I can pretty much move that around. It does tend to move, see, and loosen over time. So that is something that you could potentially take note of and perhaps fix or request from the store that you purchased from if they have those adapters yet. Now lastly is just mounting the provided or the included color temperature adjustment sets and color effect sets. That's relatively simple. So first thing we did was remove the diffuser there, and you'll be using the clear holder here, and you're able to just grab one of these from the packet. This one here I've got is the color temperature adjustment set, which is the MF11T, and just moving that into there and snapping that into place. So you can see now I've got that orange color gel installed. And you're able to obviously double up on these depending on what you're trying to achieve in terms of color temperature adjusting or color effects. They provide you with multiples of them. So there's three or four here of the orange filter. So you're able to obviously double up on that if you want that effect to be a little stronger than intended. Otherwise, obviously using a single one is perfectly fine too. So that was just a quick look and unboxing at the brand new Godox MF12 Macro Flash Light, the single kit and the double kit. These lights are perfect to use for many use cases, including obviously macro photography. You have product photography. You can use this in the medical profession. So if you're taking before and after shots, so many different uses for these particular lights, and being able to pair them up with not only one or two, but multiple of them, using the Godox trigger here to wirelessly control them, having built-in lithium-ion batteries, which means you don't have to worry too much about power on the go, and having all the different accessories that are included, including the hot shoe plates, the color gels, and all the different lens adapters that you're able to use with your camera and your lens configuration. It really is a great setup. Now, for more videos just like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to be updated of any new content we release. Leave a like on the video if it's helped you. Feel free to leave down in the comment section below your thoughts, or if you have any questions about the Godox MF12. Follow us on social media at Hypop and visit our website, hypop.com.au. Thanks for watching.